And then I find out that this guy has been involved in drug trafficking and is identified in a book written by former CIA pilot Gary Reed as having, been running cocaine out of Guadalajara in Mexico. He himself was running it with the drug lords, supposedly to gain money to support the Contra war.
My last tour of duty in Southeast Asia was to assist the Cambodians and equip them to fight a covert war. And here we were doing basically the same kind of training. This time we were equipping Nicaraguans to fight communism in Central America. I worked with the CIA and Air America, and so I know how the intelligence community functions, how it's organized. And after my discharge from the Air Force, I worked directly with the FBI's counterintelligence division for 3 years, and then that led me into contract work with the CIA in an obscure place called Mena, Arkansas, back when Bill Clinton was governor and back when George Bush was the president. And I personally witnessed a complicity between these two men, Bush and Clinton, in terms of transporting cocaine into the U.S. For the purpose of sale to generate money to fight a war. And that war at the time was the conflict in Central America involving the Sandinistas in Nicaragua. I met Oliver North in 1982. He was with the National Security Council. He's the man who recruited me as a civilian to get involved in the Contra resupply operation. He told me that this was taking place in Mena, Arkansas, that George Bush was overseeing the entire project. I went to Mena. I met a man named Barry Seal, who I was told was the CIA contractor who had the contract to resupply the Contras. In 1987, I came face to face with a C-130 full of cocaine, just literally tons of it stored in ammunition boxes on a flight that was returning. And from that point on, I couldn't deny it, and I asked for a full-scale investigation, and went directly to Oliver North, I might point out, to request for that to occur. And the investigation obviously didn't happen. I was labeled a security risk and a threat to the operation, which clearly showed to me that this was being sponsored and sanctioned by the U.S. government.
Then I become actually afraid for myself because I'm trying to document this stuff, and I am being, of course, looked at like an idiot by the DEA because our director at the time was involved. As a matter of fact, Terry Burke at one point ordered me to stop investigating the death of Camarena, and he orders me not to talk to a lot of these high-level sources that we had recruited to help us investigate Kiki's murder, to include Army generals, and I had a former deputy director of the Mexican Federal Judicial Police, Guillermo Gonzalez Calderoni, that were giving me a lot of information, and I was ordered not to talk to these guys. So how do I investigate a murder when I'm being told not to interrogate or interview major fucking witnesses? So I become like, what the hell's going on here? Then I find out that Terry Burke is looking. Okay, I had kidnapped a doctor from Mexico that had injected. He's being tortured so much during his interrogation that